Today, I'm going to be giving you 20 things that should be added into Rainbow Six Siege. Features that would genuinely change the game completely if they got added into the game. And if you are looking for people to play with for Siege, there's a link down below to my Discord server where there's a ton of people there. Number 1 is going to be a skin trading system. Imagine if you had the ability to trade a skin with another player or even your mate, and you could trade a Black Ice. Now obviously this would have to be for duplicates only, but imagine if you get a Black Ice duplicate, or any duplicate for that matter, and you will be able to trade it. It will be 10 times better than getting a duplicate and having that renown, because nobody likes getting duplicates in alpha packs. It would make getting Jaeger's Black Ice for the 3rd time a lot easier. Then we have an actual aim training facility, a proper one. Siege is an FPS game, and believe it or not, it needs an aim training facility. Something like this could work. It really should be implemented, and many other FPS games do have it. So you'd no longer be potatoing like this. Then we have a healer operator on attack. We absolutely need to have this in Siege. We have a Doc on defense, we have a Thinker on attack, but Thinker isn't a proper healer. Having an operator on attack that can actually heal you would be amazing. And you'd no longer get team killed for picking Thinker because it changes the recoil that much. Then we have reactive weapon skins. We do currently have 3D weapon skins in Siege, but we have no reactive ones. Ones where they animate, they change during the round. Imagine for every kill that you get in Siege in the round, it changes to a different colour or animation. Imagine pulling off that 1v5 ace clutch in front of your teammates, and you also have that sick animation that changes when you get the final kill. And then of course, you can go back to teabagging on the enemy's body because you've just won the game. Then we have no duplicates in the Esports Packs. Imagine waiting 24 hours for an Esports Pack, leaving your PC on overnight, and guess what? You got a duplicate. Wow, that sure does sound fun. I also wanted to uninstall the game too. It is great and all being able to get more esports skins, but if you wait that long, you shouldn't be receiving a duplicate on the end of it. Then we need a rank system that is not just based on your wins. It would be great if it was based on more factors in the game, and realistically, the more factors you base it on, the more accurate the matchmaking, and the more accurate your rank will be. Imagine if you team killed someone in a ranked game, and it made you lose elo. The world would be completely at peace if this was a feature. And also, it would be great to see this split up into solo queue and 5-stack matchmaking, or something like that. Because solo queue is the most painful thing I've ever witnessed. I'm sure you can all agree when little Timmy the copper player plays Thermite and gets spawn peaks from the get-go. If only he'd picked Blackbeard, then he would have completely been fine because it protects his head. Which is why Siege needs to remove Blackbeard from the game. In all seriousness, he probably should have a rework, however, if they could just remove him for me, that would be great. But the one-shot headshot mechanic shouldn't simply go out the window when an operator with a shield comes in, he should most likely have it on his body. Because the amount of times I've faced a Blackbeard player and not been able to take them out because that shield of them is like a metal wall. But I'm sure whenever you've played Blackbeard, hopefully you haven't, it does feel like paper. Then we need the ability to change our crosshair, very similar to Valorant and many other FPS games that allow you to change the crosshair settings. That would be amazing to have in Siege. We've already got the feature of our reticle colours being able to be changed, so why not let us change the width and the depth of them? Then imagine having sticky grenades in Siege. There are so many different gadgets that could get added into the game. We've already got frag grenades, we have a ton of different gadgets already. But take a look at other games like COD. The gadgets that they have in, they could come over to Siege. Not all of them granted, but imagine sticky grenades in Siege. It would be great for vertical play and it would suit a lot of operators. Most importantly, you can probably stick it to your teammate and send them running into the site and exploding everyone in their path. Or you could just stick it to your own teammate and let them be free. We'll keep that one between me and you. Then we have a realistic training grounds for defenders. A situation for practicing as a defender when that the diffuser has been planted down and your goal is to take out the bots that you're facing and you have to disable the diffuser. Something like that would work really well and would help out in a lot of situations with practicing. And it would help you not choke those 1v5 situations in front of your mates. And then we need a streamer mode that actually works. The streamer mode right now is very scuffed and we need something that works. Because stream snipers are absolutely everywhere. And you can bet that the next stream sniper you face is going to be a Blackbeard main running his DMR, holding an angle onto you. They are quite literally taking over Siege and it needs to be stopped. Another feature that we need in Siege is a rotating limited time mode playlist. We've all played Golden Gun, Rainbow is Magic before, the different modes that have been in the game for a limited period of time, even Outbreak. Imagine if they came back and they would rotate every week or 2 weeks. So no matter what, you would constantly have an LTM playlist rotating. There would always be an event that you could play. So now you could take out Mr. Bear in a number of different ways with more time on your hands. Don't you dare look into those evil eyes of his. Now, let's say you've gone and bought the G2 Esports set for Vigil because you have a few more credits than usual. Imagine when you load into a game and pick Vigil on defense, his uniform will pop up on the loading screen. A customization feature like that would be so nice to see. For every single uniform in the game or just a select few, imagine seeing that. But it really would reveal who the tryhards are on your team. Next up, we need a good anti-cheat. Cheaters are absolutely everywhere and a solution needs to happen very, very quickly for them. And no, just because you get absolutely destroyed does not mean there's a cheater in your game. Sometimes you're just bad. Maybe that was a bit too harsh. Then situations need to be revamped for newer players. Situations are the most outdated thing I've seen since playing Glaz. That dude is ancient, but situations, my oh my. If you've ever spent some time in Newcomer, Unranked, or any of the game modes in Siege, you'll realise that it is a complete sweatfest and it is never fun to casually play. Well, that's why we need a proper casual mode. No, not one for Smurfs to go ahead and have fun in. One for casual players. Not every day do I want to be trying to take down an MacieJay main who's running in, spawn picking every single angle. And then we also need a Diffuser Facility mode for attackers. One where, for example, you might have to cover the diffuser that's already been planted. And it would help a lot in those high pressure situations, so you don't have to potato a clutch in front of everyone else. You can simply just potato that 1v5 clutch in front of the bots that are watching you. And they won't judge you, not one bit, unless maybe they do have a camera inside them which the devs can watch and watch every single player potato their aim. And then we have a cinematic mode for replays. We do have the replay feature, which is great, but imagine if it was cinematic, you had no HUD, it would be great for taking different camera shots of the game and looking back at your clip, which means you could potentially make a really cinematic looking clip simply by using this mode to catch your potato in 4K. And yes, you've just been caught red-handed, team killing your teammate in 4K. How could you do that to little Timmy? Hey, at least you can see it in the cinematic mode. And then we have more stats being showcased overall. Not just KD, not just win-loss, it would be great if we could see other statistics on the main menu. Because believe it or not, KD Warriors, KD isn't the be-all and end-all to Siege. And some statistics to showcase this would be fantastic to see. Then arguably one of the big things we need is to remove the OP skins that blend into every single surface. There are quite a few that can't be used in Pro League, and it should probably also apply to Ranked, or you should be able to turn some setting off where you can't see skins at all. Either way, refund the renown, remove the OP ones like Enquiries for example, and take them back. Now you absolutely need 100 tips in 10 minutes for Crimson Heist to learn everything about the game. There's a card in the top right for that video. Thank you for watching, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.